And we're back. We've got some extra clothes that are going to be sitting around now. Still got a book to read, but I want to continue on. We have a nice set of clothing on right now that is going to keep us pretty warm. And we still have enough ammo that if we run into a wolf, we'll be okay. That's not that far away. Now, I've talked a lot about things you might do in a survival situation, things you look for. Now, I'm kind of, since we've been talking about that a lot, I'm also going to talk about game theory and how these things kind of interact. Because, yeah, you can make a very realistic survival game, but once you get past a certain point, it stops being fun. And, you know, for a game, you still want it to be fun. Now, some things you get that are, well, they're necessary. Yeah, that jump scared me a bit. Do the bandage. Really, I don't have any painkillers. What do you know? Yeah, I'll just have to keep going. Anyway, I was going back to game theory. Certain things you kind of have to do. Some things are kind of, well, it makes the game more playable, or at least less frustrating. One of those things is like equipment stats. Having actual equipment stats is something that you don't actually get, but, and here's the big but, having equipment stats makes it easier for you to figure out things. If something says, oh, this is a warm coat, well, is it a warmer coat than another warm coat? Some games, they'll just say it's a warm coat. Some games will give you a more abstract kind of feeling, where you'll have maybe a ring dial or maybe hash marks or something that just goes, okay, I have some of this and this one is more, but it doesn't exactly tell you like, oh, this is 15-20% better. You just know that, okay, this one is somewhat better. And then, like with different with the different statistics that come up on here, where you get the loss and the gain, you notice it's just a simple set of chevrons that go, okay, 1, 2, 3, up or down, where little, some, lot. It doesn't give you exact numbers, but yet, clothing gives you exact numbers. Food gives you exact numbers. Now, is that good, bad, or just a thing? In this case, it's mostly just a thing where you're looking at, okay, well, I know that it's really damn cold here. Why do I know it's really damn cold? Because I have, 3...
Hope I can still eat this.
I can't remember what those arrows are called because they have a specific name. Oh. I'm near the top here. This is the busted one. But some things, having numbers on it makes perfect sense. When you're dealing with firearms, how many rounds do you have left? Okay, that is very simple. At the same time, some things about the firearm are going to be a bit more abstracted. Now, in this case, your condition is very much a percentage. But you can't really tell that in real life. You're going to know that, oh, this thing's nice and clean. Oh, this thing's got a little bit of gunk in it. This thing has a lot of gunk in it. God damn, this thing is caked full of everything that it's not supposed to be. There are differences, things that you'd be looking at, but in this case, it is a very tactical gunsmithing. Read it. And a cave on the upper ridge. Oh boy, that is something to go look for. Grab the key.
Never would have thought to look here.
Now, finding something like that would always be a good thing.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Yeah, but that mountaineering rope. Still too heavy. How much? Oh, I'm getting tired. I probably can't do that climb today. And I've got to take a quick break. For you, I'll be back in a second. And we're back. How much food do I got right now? I've still got over 7 kilograms of food. I'm not going to try to carry more, especially food that will draw attention to myself from wandering wildlife. Now, that is an actual interesting mechanic in this game. The drawn by smell portion of the wild animals, where they notice that, oh, hey, there's something with meat out here. Let's backtrack it. This was the way I got in. Should be enough, at least, to get me to the actual lookout. Well, I was talking about a bunch of different things, and there's a wolf. Let's stay away from that for a while. Now, again, things like things like spotting radius, stuff like that, that's always abstracted, especially in most games, because what would constitute actual spotting most of the time is very much based on technology and not on realism. With most games that have any kind of 3D, like say this, your biggest problem is going to be draw distance. How far away can you be before it stops trying to put in the details? And then that becomes, see if he's going to follow me, or if I can get away. Where is my path up? Sorry about the quiet, but when you're dealing with some of these things, you have to kind of just stop, listen, figure out what you want to do next. Now, yeah. Why am I having so much trouble with this? Oh well. Oh, this is the right way. Apparently I'm just running slow. Oh man, this is almost almost funny. I'm gonna need some more bandages.
If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Yeah, probably not, but finally. Now, I actually did have one well, there are a couple interesting things that I find about this, about the first aid system in here, now that I've been, constantly bandaging myself. What you're going to find in this game is that you have your treatments, and it makes sense. You get bitten by a wolf, you have to disinfect it, you have to bandage it, you might have to take painkillers because you're in pain. That makes perfect sense. What's interesting is you don't have to do that in any particular order. Now, whenever you take painkillers, it's never going to just, be like, oh, I took painkillers, I'm starting to feel better already. Generally speaking, you got to wait for painkillers to kick in. Unless, you're getting intravenous painkillers or topical. But something that, comes in a bottle is still going to take a little while to kick in, even though if that's the bottle that they show is it looks like a prescription bottle in the U.S. And that would mean that that's some strong painkillers, whether it's just a crazy high amount compared to what you get, like when I had oral surgery and had my wisdom teeth removed, I had 1,000 milligram tablets that were basically the equivalent of taking 5 Tylenol. That I could take for the first few days when once the local anesthesia wore off after getting my wisdom teeth removed. Now those would be really good painkillers, and probably you only have to take 2 of them to take care of whatever it is. But it wouldn't work that fast. But the silliest thing I find is that you can bandage yourself and then apply an antiseptic to the wound. You really gotta, apply antiseptic before you put on a bandage, or you're gonna just put on another bandage. And sometimes you might grab. The only reason I could see for you to do that the other way is that you don't have antiseptic when you first start to bandage it. That being the case, I would still take off the bandage and put on a new one if I was in that situation. Now, in any kind of survival situation, finding something like this is probably one of your best bets for, 1, getting out, or 2, being safe. Most lookouts like this will not only be be designed to withstand the weather, possibly manned, have communications equipment that actually works, even though you're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. But it's also
That'll come in handy.
Rifle ammunition. I think I now have a full magazine, and still don't have any painkillers. Condensed milk, tin of sardines, flare shells, which I can't. Oh, skillet. I think I already have a skillet. That just means that, yep, I have a skillet already. That just means I have a skillet I can leave here. Broth. Firewood. Revolver cartridges. Pork and beans survive the outdoors. Alright, this is a good place to bed down for a little bit. And a whetstone. Let's take a look at what I got. I got enough cleaning kits that I'm good. 2 nice knives. Some books. I have a lot of revolver ammunition. And I have 3 whetstones. A couple flares. And I've got fishing tackles. That's the only thing I can use to repair stuff right now. Probably won't need those. Probably won't need this many of these. Yeah, I might as well keep those for now. Oh, now let's see what I got here. I've got 2 fire strikers. I got a bunch of extra. I don't need all of that. Gunsmithing, sewing, fire. I think
I would do anything for a drink right now.
well, actually, might as well go outside. As long as it's not too late.
My energy is just disappearing.
Oh. I guess I'm up high enough that I can't be spotted. Oh, and I know which cave that is out there. Nah, I was talking about why
Well,
something
that
like
didn't
this would
work.
be a great place to find in a survival situation. Like I said, they're usually well designed against the elements. They usually have something you use to communicate, They usually also have local maps. If they're set up by Forest Services or anything else, they'll have maps of the local area. And you'll be able to go,
I
oh,
did it.
I know where to go now. I have places I can go now. Do that. Now I'm 39. Oh, and a sewing kit. Alright, I'm all set now. I'm not going to break down the table. I would just... You know what? No. Not water. Let's cook up something. We'll get something to eat. One of the other things you can always remember when you're stuck in a survival situation, things like, oh, it's a good thing I'm making water. One of the things to always remember is that things like hot food really do make a difference. There's a certain amount of morale you have to keep up. If you can't keep going mentally, you're never going to keep going physically. Things like hot food really make a difference when you're doing something like this. If you're, if you're feeling banged up and low and you can't keep going, but you can still sit there and eat something hot that fills your body and warms you up, you feel better. You can keep going. You have things you can do. Oh, good. The pain's running out. Need some more. Don't need this many cans. And I can drink the water now. And we got 32 minutes. Perfect. I'll just go to sleep. No, I'm not gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna heat up some herbal tea first. Now, tea is kind of interesting. Some people will drink it to go to sleep. Some people will drink it to wake up. It all really depends what kind of tea you're getting. A friend of mine loves black Chinese tea. Black Chinese tea, that stuff's there to wake you up. If you're dealing with, a chamomile tea, that's more to put you to sleep. But I've been going for a bit, and I'm going to call it right about here. Waking up in the early morning. But I have some more water. Anyway, I'm going to grab another hour of sleep to save it, and we'll call it a day. We'll see you next week. Have a good day. Bye.